You may have experienced women in different moods. Sometimes you make some plans according to the woman and expect the woman to be in that mood, but the desire of the lady is something else and your plan gets spoiled. Men are fairly predictable. I'm hungry, give me a burger. And on the other hand, women's mood is, I'm hungry, what should I eat? What I feel like to eat? Pizza, burger, or something that doesn't exist. No one can guess what she wants, her mood, her desire, to what she is attracted, and sometimes even the lady herself gets so frustrated with her feelings. More importantly, you cannot even estimate for how long a mood will last. The mood of the woman became so big thing that the scientists did some researches, and the woman herself shocked by these researches. One of the most intriguing researches, males tend to be aroused by women. Simply, straight, no confusion. But females' desire is surprisingly aroused by wide collection of many things that turn on the woman. Meredith Shiver, PhD and assistant professor of psychology, conducted this study, The Non-Specificity of Women's Arousal. In this study, both men and women exposed to a variety of explicit images, male and female naked bodies, heteros and homos intercourse, and also the love between bonobos. Bonobos are kind of apes, chimpanzees. While candidate looking at the images, at the same time, scientists were measuring psychological sign of body parts arousal as well as their personal feelings of desire. Now, here are the results. For the guys, the findings were straightforward enough. The straight men were aroused by women, gay men were aroused by men. No men felt anything for apes. When asked about their feelings, they described the same thing that was recorded in the physical reactions. And here are the results of women, which changed everything. The women in the study did not react as predicted by the researchers. But when asked about their feelings of arousal, all the females reported in an unexpected way. They described their feelings as straight women were turned on by men and lesbians by women. But the results of their physical body measurements, the blood flow showed that they were physically aroused by all forms of coupling they saw, even the bonobos. Still, after viewing their report, and once again when asked which image they found attracted to, most of them choose only those which matched up with their original orientation. So the researchers were totally confused. Were they lying? Actually, on the mental level, the women in the study were aroused and attracted by all the images. But when it comes to their physical achievement, that doesn't mean they desired to have intercourse with people or animal they saw. According to the researcher, women have capacity to get turned on by broad range of things. This is normal, and that's not necessarily a challenge to their original identity. Science explained very well that the people can also excited by looking at themselves in the mirror or looking at their body parts. That's what we call autoeroticism. This means you are attracted to your own body. And this is nothing like you are more or less of something. This is normal and totally natural. Psychologist Lisa Diamond, PhD professor, conducted the longest study for 15 years. In this study, she tracked 100 women for nearly 15 years, asking them questions about changes in their intimate cravings and reaction over time to time. They concluded women feel the desire when they are coming in contact with someone and there is an emotional connection with someone. Sometimes that connection can be developed even with another woman out of close friendship. In her study, a woman developed an intimate relationship with her best friend, who was a woman, and they had been friends for 12 years. They also shared an apartment, and the emotional connection became physical connection. They spent 2 years in this relationship, and afterwards they went back to men. The researcher explained that the attraction was real, but it wasn't represent her physical orientation. So, in another study by psychologist Martina, a PhD, which set out erotic images to both men and women, she tracked the eye movement through goggles, which measured eye movement per millisecond. In the results, men hardly noticed males in the pictures and looking for females in the pictures, but women spend equal time looking for both male and female. It is because she likely to rate her attractiveness by looking at other females. How a woman feels about herself, specifically how she feels about her body. And this is the reason why woman avoids certain moments which exposed her body postures, because she is embarrassed by how she thinks her body looks. But the husband hasn't even thought of that. Take this case of 2003. A 41-year-old woman experienced a feeling of excitement, sensation of arousal, and pleasure while brushing her teeth. But how it's possible? Doctors and researchers were confused and performed a number of tests and experiments to know why. They stimuli her gum with the chopsticks, but nothing happened. Then they come to the conclusion that the movement of her fist back and forth in front of her face turns her on. So you cannot guess mood of the woman, her desire, her feelings, her cravings, and her reason of arousal. We sometimes are stressed out with different physical or emotional traits from other people, and we are thinking why we are different from others. And we are asking one question: is it normal? Which is completely a wrong question. Instead of this, just ask yourself, am I feeling good? Is it right? If it is, go with what your mind and body craving naturally, which leads to self-discovery. You can change anything. Thank you so much.